and welcome to the second episode of Unbounded with Akshi. Today's guest is Dr. Mishma.
Hi, thank you, Akshi, for having me over. I'm really glad to be here.
Today's topic is Pranayama. So, Dr. Mishma, why don't you introduce it to us?
So, Pranayama, the word itself, we can understand like Pranayama, right? Prana means life in general, and breath is the first way to understand life. Because the first time when a baby is born, the first thing it does is it inhales, it breathes, right? So pranayama helps us to be in touch with the life which is within us, as well as to perceive the life around us in a better way. As it says, it's basically a technique to control your breath, with which you can handle yourself and the surroundings a little better.
So, according to Ayurveda, we do know that there are 8 types of pranayama. But in this video, we won't focus on the 8 types that there are there. So, Mishma, why don't you tell us about the few types that are necessary and give us a few examples and its benefits.
So amongst the 8 types of pranayama, few are more relevant than the others. Amongst that are Brahmari, Shitali, Shitakari, and Ujjayi also helps. But in that we can say Brahmari, that is most helpful, especially for students, and it as well as helps in clearing the sinuses. People who have recurrent sinusitis, it can help them very well. Then Shitali, Shitakari, it helps to cool down the body, and it's very good for patients suffering from hypertension.
Okay.
And especially in this weather, it's very much recommended. Even in the sun is, yeah, exactly. So that's there. And whenever you're feeling down, you feel that your prana is not up to level, you can always go for a few rounds of Bhastrika. It will boost your energy right to the levels.
Yeah. And it's used in Nadi as well, right? As a Nadi practitioner, people use it.
Yeah, because to practice Nadi, your prana and sattva both needs to be on quality, right? Only then you will have that much of precision in understanding the Nadi of the person. So yeah, it's
Another thing that you want to focus on is Anulom Vilom. It's not part of pranayama, but Anulom Vilom plays a very significant role. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it as well?
yes. So the thing is, if you ask, every second person will have the idea that Anulom Vilom, or more commonly known as Nadi Shodhana, it has become synonymous to pranayama, right? But that's not the case. So it is a combination of two, Surya Vedi and Chandra Vedi. These are also types of pranayama. So it raises the oxygen levels in the blood. It increases the lung capacity. It is said that we use a really small percentage of our lungs, right? As a result of which the circulation is not there properly. But when we do Nadi Shodhana, accompanied with Bhastrika as well, they really help us to boost our capability to utilize our lungs to its best, right? And then with the help of Nadi Shodhana, you can focus yourself better, it calms your mind. And when we do it before and after meditation, the effects are even tremendous. So that helps. And as we can see nowadays, the cases of anxiety are rising day by day, right? So in that also Nadi Shodhana can really help a person if they practice it on a regular basis.
So would you recommend a specific time for it? When would you say like the best time?
Yes. So personally speaking, it's best that we do it in the morning,
Yeah.
as the air is cleaner. That's one thing, right? And even we will have empty stomach, right? So that also helps. Like there is a quote in Ayurveda from Ananda Shlokas, Nabhisna Prana Pavana, Sprishta Rit Kamalantar, right? So it enables the flow of air or the prana or the vata clearly, as there is like no food in our stomach, right? So yeah, best time is to practice in the morning, or even like you the place preferably it should be a place where it's blessed with nature. But if you're not able to have that, sure, go with your own
Like a
spot,
quiet
yeah,
place,
where you can have some privacy.
And also include this to maximize our benefits. There's something else that we have included, which we can talk about.
Yeah. So after your pranayama, you can also practice few mudras, right? These are also to tackle your like day-to-day issues. For example, someone is feeling very anxious, or you are not able to like having some movement issues. For example, in that one is the Apana mudra, right?
Yeah.
And another is the Prana mudra. So there are benefits. You know what? Let's keep it for the next one.
Okay. So thank you, Kashmir, for being my second guest, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.